Alright, you guys ready for some shovel platforms?
Shovel Knight 3D?
No, what is the deal with Yacht Club games? They've made like one game. And then they've taken like the 4 years to make the DLC.
Well, I mean, it's all stuff that was Kickstarter backed. Like, this is all stuff that were, what was it? Stretch goals on the Kickstarter that had to be fulfilled. And the reason that the latest one is taking so long is because they're doing King of Cards and the Showdown multiplayer thing at the same time. So they're not only releasing, but also developing these two things at the same time.
It's like the base game came out in 2014, and it's 2019 now, and the DLC still hasn't all come out yet. It's just like, what do they do all day? Like, I feel like it should have definitely been done by now. And it's just like, they aren't developing any other games in the meantime, as far as I know. Like, there's that other Cyborg Ninja game that's going to come out soon.
They're just publishing.
Yeah, exactly. They're just publishing it. They're not developing. So it's just like, what are they doing all day?
So, and they are still like a fairly small team, I think.
So it's like, I feel like there could have been a Shovel Knight 2 by now, or some kind of new game. You know what I mean? It's like, Lord knows they've made plenty of money on Shovel Knight. They could afford to finance it by themselves now. Yeah.
I will say... It does suck to wait this long, but I'm such a big fan of the game, I'm not really too bothered by it. I'm just excited to play King of Cards and be playing more Shovel Knight. Whether it's the same game with like new campaigns or a new game or what, it's good. It's good, fun stuff either way. I fucking love Shovel Knight. It's like one of my favorite games. I'm not sure exactly where it ranks. I remember I like wrote out my top 50
top
at some point.
50.
I was gonna make like a top, like my top 10, and I'm like, oh wait, no, I need these games. Okay, I'll just extend it to like top 20, and then that kept happening until I was at 50. I get a list of 50 games that I love. I might make that into like a big ass video, maybe if I hit like a certain cool subscriber milestone or something. Like my top fucking 50 games.
It sounds like a TGX video.
That does sound like something you would do.
The top 50 games I played on the toilet. Number 1.
Crash Boom Bang. See, I don't play games on the toilet, but this game was so shitty, I put it in the toilet. So it's the only entry on my list. Thanks for watching.
And you need the spatula card to flip over spaces.
What a game. Alright, we gotta make sure we didn't miss anything before we go to the final boss.
We actually have 2 bosses here.
Okay, well... These nuts.
Let's check.
Oh, yep. Greenhorn Ruins, the second level.
Oh, Christ.
You missed 2 things in the second level of the game. God damn it. How did you manage this?
I don't know. And you want to know what the best part is? That there's going to be a whole bunch of comments. All the way back at the beginning of it.
God, you're
and then it'd be like,
Actually, you missed 2 treasures in the second level.
And then it's just like, and then I'll answer them and say like, oh, I get that later on, but then they'll just keep telling me anyway.
Comments on every video. Oh, that'll be fun. Just like pin it every single episode. Take one of the comments and pin it. You can pick up barrels in this fight?
Yes.
What? Oh my fucking god! I had the hardest time with this boss. I didn't know you could do that. God damn it. No fucking wonder. I'm sitting there waiting for him to throw the goddamn bombs and trying to get over to him in time, and like the last couple of phases where you can't just knock him unconscious and hit him. It's fucking impossible. I hated this boss. And you could just throw a fucking barrel at him? God damn it. Ah,
Yeah.
I'm so mad. Does one of the spritlings tell you that?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, fuck you, Wario, bitch. Wario World? More like fucking Wario hurled this game out. Sucks my big anus. Oh my god, you're just like fucking steamrolling. I died like 3 times at once on this boss. It was so sad.
There he goes.
God damn it.
And then
I,
he falls. Then he goes
rant
ragdoll and falls in the water.
I had a whole fucking rant ready for this goddamn boss. Like, the game expects you to pick up these cannonballs at a very specific spot and get all the way over to them before they explode on your ass, and the only way to do it in time is to throw it in midair. You can just throw a fucking barrel at him. God damn it.
That's going in the script.
I'll like do a whole rant. Oh, this is spoilers. Cut this out. Editor Michael, cut this out. I'll do a whole rant, and you just like interject
you're assuming that the people who subscribe to EPG Plays watch your videos.
Oh well, I mean, considering this is our thing, they could watch at least the Wario World video.
Okay, so we're going back to the second level now.
You just interject with, "Oh, Ahbeef, you know you could just hit him with the barrel," and then I'll like shit my pants live on camera.
What? I am angry on the internet.
I'm mad online. I'm furious on the web. How did you miss 2 things in this level?
I don't know. This is why. That's like I said. It's the difference between playing a game by yourself for a playthrough and doing it. Because it's like if it was just me by myself playing this on my own, I probably would have checked after every level, and then I wouldn't have missed anything. Even then, there were still some things in like Spyro 3 that I missed. I remember when I played that.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
You missed a gem in this level. Make sure you go back for it. Oh,
Right,
yeah, this one, because you have to go
one.
back up here for it. You got this one, but not the first one. I remember this.
Gotcha. So I've got to go find the switch again.
Because they just love to put all these switches like a billion years ahead, and the treasure's all in some fuck off random location for no reason.
Oh, and you'd think that I'd remember them by now, having played the game so many times, but evidently not.
Oh, the switch was right below you. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you saw.
Yeah, well,
that
I was gonna hit him first so I can make the bridge back.
Michael, you missed the switch there.
Check your facts.
Does that bother you at all? Like being called Michael?
No.
I just think it's funny. Okay.
I don't mind it at all.
Okay, good.
Oh,
I
there's
think I saw
one.
some. Yeah.
You gotta go find the damn switch, which is probably over here somewhere.
Bitch. Yep. I think I missed this one too. Actually.
I think there was gonna be a Whiny Bitch Gamer rant tutorial about the Switch reveal, and
Oh boy.
it was gonna be a bunch
way
of
too many whiny bitch gaming videos. You need to fucking
and
bring
then
him back already.
and then at the end he was gonna say, "Show Nintendo who's boss and vote with your coin purse."
Going first. God. This system sucks
And
my
instead,
balls.
Nintendo bends you over and forks you in the fart hole. Alright, so that should be it.
That's it. We did it, Reddit. Guys, subscribe to my subreddit r/dankmemes.
r/shitpost.
r/.
Yeah, so
Jeff.
all of these
Yeah, let's
characters are
check
from
these out.
WarioWare.
You should play one real quick.
Well, I won't be able to show it off because I don't have anything set up for it.
Just have the footage be Wario standing in the courtyard while you play a fucking game with no footage on the screen of it.
But you know, I suppose that since my my Wii has HDMI now, that I could hook those two consoles up at once and not have to use the fucking FrameMeister to convert composite footage like I did for the fucking Tingle Tuner playthrough. Anyways, here's the climactic final battle with the Black Jewel.
By climactic, you mean really underwhelming?
Yeah, I mean, this boss is pretty boring, honestly. It's just like,
story-wise... the pirate
story-wise...
boss that made me want to kill myself because I was doing it wrong. This was just like a fucking... It wasn't like a slog or anything, but... I mean, really?
Like...
Just this 8 times? Like, you can just sit there and spam R in a circle, and if you have just the right angle, you will do it, like, perfect every time. You never get hit by the fire, and it's like... Okay. And then you pick them up, and throw them on the ground. Yep. Get your popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Infinity War, the boss. I'm going to see Avengers tomorrow. I'm really excited because I really liked Infinity War.
Yeah.
I don't know what your really stance on it. I know you like meme on it a lot, and I don't know if you like it or not. I thought it was really
the movie is fine, and there are good elements of it. It's just I thought it was Marvel porn.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, even then, I really enjoyed it, and I'm not like a big Marvel fan or anything. I'm not like, oh, go see every single movie to keep up with the MCU. No,
like I watched Doctor Strange while I was trying to repair my computer after I lost all that data. And I enjoyed that movie way more than Infinity War, just because it was like a focused little story.
I don't remember anything about that. I didn't watch it, but like even then, like from what I heard of other people talking about it, I could not tell you a single thing about that movie aside from the title.
Like I thought, because the problem with something like Infinity War is that they have to reference everything in this movie, because it's been building up to it for so long. But it's just like, if you haven't seen all of the movies, then you're not going to appreciate most of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's just going to come off as like something that's on screen because some executive said you got to put this in here. You know what I mean?
I get it if like people find it too fan servicey, but even as someone that wasn't like affected by the fan service in that way. Like, okay, I'll say something like fucking Kirby Planet Robobot I fell in love with because 1, it's a good-ass game, and 2, it is filled with fan service. And as a huge Kirby fan, I loved that.
Like the final boss especially was just like,
oh
my god!
Oh, I fucking lost my shit! That was so cool. God, that game is a fucking masterpiece. I still think Superstar Ultra is my favorite just for nostalgia's sake, but God, Planet Robobot is like one of the only games that has come that close to Superstar Ultra, which is another contender for my FGOAT, in case you didn't know. You might, because I left like a comment about it on your KSSU review for the Roar. I was really excited.
But the game isn't as good because it has pre-rendered cutscenes.
Well, okay, honestly, what the fuck is people's problem with Ultra? That it's like pretty much objectively better in every single way. I don't see why it's so divisive. I really don't see.
I don't even know if it is divisive or not. Like, is it really divisive?
Yes. Okay, maybe it's just the speedrun community and people that are like fucking hardcore.
Oh well, the speedrun people are always like especially with like half the reason why people don't like Mario 64 DS is the speedrunners getting mad that they can't do their. Which is understandable. I don't have a problem with that.
But even then,
it's
even
just
in that
something
case,
I can't
like...
personally relate to because I don't speedrun Mario 64 and I never would want to because, I'll defend the controls, but it's just like I would never want to try to speedrun that game, personally. But
It's
I
like,
digress.
Well, Superstar Ultra and Superstar don't really have a whole lot different in terms of like their speedrun. They both have like that kind of same general movement tech and stuff like that. So it's not even like in terms of
You did it!
doing
You
the
defeated
speedrun.
all the evil monsters! Everything will be alright now! Wario, we're saved! Thank you! The evil black jewel has been smashed to powder! I don't know why we didn't just do that to begin with. The monsters won't come back now, but even if they do, I think we can handle them.
Yeah, bullshit.
As reward, we're gonna rebuild your ruined castle. We Spritlings aren't that strong, so without a lot of us, I doubt we can rebuild your castle right, but we'll do our best with what we have. Here goes! So, because I saved all 40 of them, you get the best ending.
Yep, and then they do a funny dance. They do the default dance. Fortnite! Since we were talking about speedruns, you said you'd never want to speedrun a game like Mario 64. But if there was any game that you would speedrun, what would it be? I feel like you would say Mario Sunshine, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that was the answer on the tip of my tongue. But it's like I love that game a lot, and I love trying to get all the blue coins and stuff as fast as possible. And I think the control is much better in that game, personally.
Speedrun movement in that game is so fucking sick.
Yeah. That game, I don't know. That game is a masterpiece. But I digress. So, by the way, Minako Hamano was one of the co-composers for this video game. You might know her from such games as Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion.
Really?
Yeah, she's one... Wow. Yeah, she, along with Kenji Yamamoto, she is one of the co-composers for both those games.
We didn't talk about this, but I love the music in this game. It's great.
Yeah, the great soundtrack.
Jeff Miller? Funny Jeff? Guys,
Jeff, it's funny because it's not funny.
Because it's Jeff.
Jeff!
Dreams, guys.
You maniacs! You blew it up! Darn you! Darn you all to heck!
What the fuck was that?
Well, Wario had like a little face on top of the pyramid in that one picture, so I just thought it just... Anyway. Have you seen what the old logo for this game looks like from like E3?
Yeah, it's like really gross.
Yeah.
It's so flat and weird. It's like the same thing, but like without.
Anyways, final thoughts on Wario World for the GameCube. I suppose there will be the review, but
yeah, there will be the review. But to condense it, I think the game is overall mediocre. It has good ideas, and it's about half the game is like fun, but it just gets too obnoxious in the later half for me to really say I overall enjoyed it. But
yeah,
that said, it's still like a 3D platformer with good controls, and
that's it.
That's
That's
fun.
the stuff. Now that's the kind of place a guy like me deserves.
that's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun until it's not. 480i! Yes! Oh.
I would be interested to know, like, if you played the game again, like if you enjoyed it, if you would enjoy it more the second time.
Maybe? Who cares?
Like, obviously, I'm not going to make you do that for your review, but it's just like
I get that some people like to play a game like however many extra times just to, you know, get a firm grasp of it for the review. But I feel like, you know, a single playthrough is really enough to like know what I think on a game. I very rarely like change my mind on a game after multiple playthroughs. If anything, it only reaffirms what I already believed more so. Like you mentioned how like playing Sonic Adventure 100 billion times has made it kind of boring to you.
yes.
But to me, like every time I replay it, I still get the same like just concentrated fun that I got the first time I played it, and I'm sure now maybe I might see like Tails' campaign as more kind of poorly paced, but that's just more of like having a more critical eye than I did when I first played it. I still enjoy the game the same amount. But or like Mega Man X, where every replay of that game has only gotten more fun for me.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying here, is that you could play this again, and it could be more fun, because you know that you could throw the barrels at Captain Blair, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain things that, like, knowing what to do the second time around, it's gonna be, like,
I mean,
more
like,
tolerable.
it doesn't excuse the fact that it really should have been more obvious you can pick up the barrels, because the fact that you didn't know that...
I thought they were just, like, behind an invisible wall. Like, literally, it's the same setup as a boss in Mario Galaxy 1, where you fight Kamek on a ship in the ghost level near the end of the game. And there's, like, invisible walls with, like, pretty much, like, the same thing, like, boxes behind an invisible wall on the sides of the ship. And I just, because it just felt like instinct, that's what that was, that they were, like, background details. You know? I think I might have tried to ground pound one and nothing happened, maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But, yeah, as for me...
I could see it getting a little better on a second playthrough, but I still don't think I would enjoy things like the fifth level or Pecan Sands or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I still really enjoy this game. Like, I think this Wario Land 4, oh god, it's like a four-way tie between Shake It, Master of Disguise, this game, and Wario Land 4. Like, really? if I had to pick a best overall, I probably would pick Wario Land 4, because I feel like that game is just the best all around. And Shake It could get it, like all good feel games could kind of get a little dull in some parts.
Yeah.
But
with like auto scrollers and stuff like that.
I mean,
I think
what I
like auto scrollers so much. Come on, guys.
Like with Wario World, I think what I like about it is the fact that it's short. And that makes it just easier to pop in and play in an afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they were going to make a game this short, they should have, like, tried to make it seem longer than it is, and having, like, the levels split up into more shorter levels would have been a better idea. Not only in terms of, like, making the game feel longer, but also in terms of making it feel better paced and easier to backtrack.
And I remember saying the same thing in my Klonoa 2 review, so...
Yeah.
I don't know why the length of these levels never bothered me as much. But it's like, you're right. There's no reason they have to be so long. They could have been several shorter levels.
I mean, aside from, like, taking a break to eat after the halfway mark, my entire 6-hour playthrough was in, like, pretty much one setting. So, you know, maybe that was something that caused me to feel more, like... annoyed or like susceptible to tedium, I guess. And if I were to spread a playthrough out, but because it's only 8 levels, it's like, you know, like you said, it's something that should be easy to pop in and play in an afternoon. I don't know.
I will say that playing this all the way through this with you, as someone who was relatively new to the game and ran into some things I may or may not have run into in the past but forgot about. I do think that was kind of an eye-opener, and I understand where you're coming from, even if I don't necessarily agree on the whole. So, yeah, I mean, I get you. I get why you wouldn't like some of these stages as much, and, you know, like, the mini-bosses are repetitive, and, you know, they just keep making them longer.
I wanted to really like this game. It looked really cool, and I was very much looking forward to playing it. So, you know, maybe because of that, I ended up a little more disappointed than I would have been otherwise, you know, compared to something like Master of Disguise, where I heard nothing but bad things and found things to really love about the game when I played it. And because of that, felt more positive about it than negative. Even though it's, I feel still just above average by a bit. I still have things to latch onto and say I love about the game. Whereas this game, it's like, I can point at things and say, that's cool, this is nice, I like this. but nothing that I really feel like I love.
Yeah,
You know?
I get you.
Nothing
I feel
really grabbed me the way something like Sonic Adventure or even parts of Master of Disguise did. So because of that, I kind of feel a little mixed on it.
Yeah. All right. Well, folks, that was the Wario World playthrough. Where can we find you, Mr. Ahbeef?
You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/MinecraftEpicWin. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/DoggyGaming4K, assuming I haven't been suspended.
I don't
approve
approve of Lauren's behavior on twitter.com.
I do not approve of her furry memes. You can find me on real life. If you see me, say hello.
And he
Put a
goes
picture of me
to
dabbing on the screen.
he frequents GDQ, so you could probably see him in the background in some parts.
Yeah, unfortunately, I
maybe-
won't be able to go until SGDQ 2020 because they're moving AGDQ down to fucking Orlando. So if I'm gonna fly, I'll just go in the summer.
Okay, makes sense. But look forward to, maybe the review will be out by now, maybe it won't, but look
By the
forward to
time the
that.
final episode comes out, I should have it done. If I don't,
Yeah.
I'm gonna slap myself. Someone, if you're watching this video right now when it comes out, and my fucking review is not done, slap me. Whoever's watching this, if you see me in real life, say hello. Also, give me a slap on the face for not doing my fucking work.
Alright, that's it. Go home.
Good night.